Hi, welcome to Let's Talk. Today I'm with Michelle and Laura, who are from Macmillan Improving Your Cancer Journey. Hi guys, how are you doing?
Yeah, really well,
Morning.
thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for joining me today. And I'm
You're
looking forward
welcome.
to
Thanks for
hearing.
having us.
Yeah, well, great. I'm looking forward to hearing all about what you guys have got to tell us about Macmillan Improving Your Cancer Journey. So, Laura, could you tell us a bit more about it, please?
Of course I can, yes. So Macmillan Improving the Cancer Journey service is part of the Scottish Government's Transforming Cancer Care programme. The first service was in Glasgow about 9 years ago, and the purpose of the service is to connect people affected by cancer to local non-clinical supportive care. Macmillan is planning or aiming that every health and social care partnership across Scotland have their own Improving the Cancer Journey service by the end of next year. So what we do in Tayside is we offer people affected by cancer a free appointment with a local link worker. Now, this appointment can be over the telephone, it can be a video call, or it can be a face-to-face appointment. And by face-to-face, that could be a local community centre, it could be in a person's own home, or it could be at one of our offices. It really just depends what the individual's preferences are.
Okay.
We can usually offer an appointment quite quickly, and our link workers are highly experienced in supporting people affected by cancer. At the appointment, people have time to talk to us about the things that matter to them, and then together we craft a care plan that details all the support available. When I'm talking about support, I'm talking about non-clinical types of support, because having cancer can impact so much more than just your physical health.
Yeah.
So it's really just quite a broad range of emotional and practical concerns. We know that cancer can have an impact on finances, so we help people get access to benefits that they might be entitled to. Cancer can be very isolating, so we can kind of guide people towards becoming more socially connected in their communities. And not only do we provide a listening ear, but we also enable access to lots of different emotional support services.
Yep.
We often find as well, Claire, that we can become a point of contact for people who've got a variety of questions and who just might not be sure who to direct them to. So that could be around caring responsibilities, housing, transport, or it could be just about how best to get ready for their cancer treatment.
Yeah, it sounds great, Laura. And like you say, I think it affects so many people, this journey, doesn't it? And a lot of people might not see that at the time, but like you're saying, that people's responsibilities change so much. So it's good to have that support there. So how do people then access the service?
So our service covers the whole of Tayside, so that means if you're in Perth and Kinross, Dundee or Angus, you can use us. The main thing to mention is that we support all people affected by cancer, so if you are a friend, a relative or a carer of somebody with a cancer diagnosis, you can also use the service.
Okay.
And you can use it at any stage within your cancer pathway. People do often say that they wish they'd known about us or used us a bit sooner. So we're certainly encouraging clinicians to refer people at initial diagnosis. So you can self-refer to the service. There's a telephone number and an email address, so people will contact us and inquire about arranging an appointment. But we do also accept formal referrals from clinical and non-clinical sources, and how that would work is when a person's referred in, we would just contact them by phone directly and see about setting up an appointment.
Can I add to that?
Of course you can.
I think our hope for people that care for those with a cancer diagnosis is that they recognise their worth getting support too. That oftentimes, in our observation, when we care for others, their needs come first, and that feels right and appropriate. But we would hope that when you get really busy caring for somebody with cancer, to recognise you get affected by that too is worth investing in a bit of time to talk to somebody about what it means to you to be a carer for somebody with cancer, and to talk through the opportunities available. Even if you don't want to take them up, that's fine, because obviously one more thing to do while you're caring for someone is a burden in its own right. But to talk through the opportunities to feel better about yourself, to feel supported while you're going through something really difficult, and to plan ahead potentially for things that could get even more difficult, and make sure that you've got the right support in place. So help to prioritize those things. And I think that's our experience, is that oftentimes as carers, we don't have time to do all of those things. And by contacting us and talking things through with a link worker, we can help plan ahead, we can help anticipate, and we can help you feel okay at a time that's really challenging.
Yeah, you're right enough, Michelle. I think that's where we need that, like you say, Laura, that initial identification of what the situation is for people and for families, isn't it? So you can offer that support straight away at that time. And like you say, the people might think, no, I'm okay, I'm fine, we're just going to crack on, everything's going to be good. But then they're going to maybe hit a barrier at one point and think, do you know what, I now know what is available, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to access some of that support that is available to me as well, because it affects everyone, and we need to be aware of that. So you spoke about obviously being involved at the first referral or when people get in touch with you guys. So how long does that support last? Does it see the people through the journey that they go through as well? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, so although obviously we're encouraging people to get in touch, as early as possible so that we can help them, you can use us at any point within your cancer pathway. So even if you've had a cancer diagnosis years ago, or you're in the middle of your treatment, you can certainly contact us. And there's not really a time limit to the support. What we offer is an initial appointment, which usually lasts about an hour. And then, obviously craft the care plans together, talk about things that matter to that person. And then what we'll do is we'll give them a call back a few weeks later just to check in with them and see how they're progressing, because it might be that circumstances have changed or they might have some new concerns at that point. If a person is looking for more of a peer support type service, we've got lots of other services, likes of Macmillan Buddies, that we can connect them into for that more weekly regular support. But we're certainly just a phone call away, so people can give us a call back at any time and have a new conversation with us.
And I think it's important to remember we're an opt-in service. There's no requirement to take up anything that we offer and try and connect you with. I think also important to consider that the opportunity of working together with us around a plan that's right for you is to recognize that sometimes the suggestions will involve a little bit of effort of picking up a phone, getting yourself booked into something, and we can help with that. But it's not intuitive when you're caring for someone to do something else, particularly if it's for yourself. So we absolutely recognize that, and we can help with that and start the ball rolling. It will obviously take a little bit of, determined effort on behalf of the person to get themselves going into things that actually might sustain their well-being, their emotional kind of well-being, physical well-being, all of those things that we know really do help in times of crisis or things that challenge us over and above the normal day-to-day stuff. And I think when you're affected by cancer, that's what happens. Everything else seems to stop. And it's really hard work to keep going to your Tai Chi class or your yoga class or all of those things that you normally might do. And even if you don't do any of that kind of stuff, actually now might be the time to start it, because you're looking to keep an even keel when things could get really tricky. So that's what we would hope we can help with.
Good. It's like an emotional roller coaster, isn't it? It is. That's how it would seem. So you're up and down, but sometimes you might just be down that a little bit longer sometimes before you're back up again. So I think it's good for people to know that they can access the support and just having a chat with somebody in their local area where they feel comfortable is enough for them to say, do you know what, I just need an hour. If you got time, can we do this or something? Just so people know that that's there. Now, I think initial diagnosis for people and then how that journey goes could really be impacting a lot of things, and a lot of people might not know where to turn to. So they might need somebody to help them do that, just to keep them right. Is that something you could do too? Could you advocate for families on their behalf?
Yeah, so I mean, we certainly support families of people affected by cancer, although we're not, I suppose, like a formal advocacy service. We would encourage anybody who's distressed or confused, or, you know, like I say, just got questions that they're not sure where to direct them to. We can certainly, you know, help support them get the right information at the right time, and make connections with various services.
That's great. Absolutely. And I think something that we add to the wider system is help to not just identify what's out there, but reconnect people with the clinical pathways, the stuff that their nurse or GP or oncologist or consultant might be prescribing or advocating or asking people to participate in. And we can take questions about that. We can connect people and I suppose liaise, for want of a better word, with nurses and GP practices. So a bit of care coordination, I think, is what the jargon is. But really, it's just being helpful to that person in a way they need it at that time.
Yeah, because there's probably so much going on through people's... There's that much being told to you and that much being suggested to you and all these different leaflets and terminology and everything like that. So sometimes people just need that bit of a breakdown. This is what this is, and this is where we can come and help. Well, it sounds like a fantastic support service, Michelle and Laura, and we would encourage anybody who is looking to access this type of support to get in touch. Now, you did say, Laura, people can self-refer, or they could be referred in by someone else, the GP, or even if they're going through this at the moment, they can speak to the person they're working with.
Yeah, so they can just give us a call. If we don't get them, we'll give them a call back, and we can just talk them through what the service is in a bit more detail. So even if it's just an initial inquiry and they want to go away and think about it, or we can just go ahead and straight away arrange an appointment, which, as I was saying, it's usually relatively quickly, and we'll always try and be flexible to what they need in terms of if it's a home visit or a phone call.
Great. Okay. Well, it was really lovely to meet you both, and great to hear a lot more about what Macmillan Improving the Cancer Journey is and what it does. We will pop details in the comment section below, some contact phone numbers, some websites, and contact details for people within the Dundee area. If anybody would like to get in touch, please do so.
Am I allowed to mention that we are Tayside wide? So there's also services in Perth and Kinross and Angus, if perchance people have seen these.
Good, and we'll pop those details in as well then, Michelle, definitely.
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, lovely to meet you both. Thank you again.
Thank you.